Stephen is asking us a jacket question. He's saying that the Argyll jacket looks, from images that he's seen online, to fit a little bit looser in the waist area than a traditional suit jacket, sports coat. It looks a little bit boxier. Is that usual?
I would kind of disagree. They're tailored about the same amount. Depends on it depends what you're comparing it to, I'd guess. If you're, first thing that I'm going to point out, actually, on a kilt jacket, you do not button the front of the jacket. There are buttons there. It will function, but you generally leave the jacket open. Now, for Saxon wear, you'll notice when guys are standing up, they button their jacket and they stand there with their tie coming down, then they button their jacket. When they go to sit down, they'll unbutton it, then they'll sit down. Yeah. For highland wear jackets, you don't button the jacket, well, you button the vest, but not the jacket itself. So that may contribute a little bit to it looking a little bit boxier. But generally they're not cut, body shape-wise all that different than, regular Saxon wear suit jackets. Mm-hmm.
The one thing I'll say about Argyll vests, when we have folks come into the store to try on Argyll vests, a lot of them say, "Oh, I have a little bit of room up front here. It's kind of loose." And we'll typically say and point out, "Hey, the kilt, especially if you're wearing a wool kilt, is going to add a little bit of room there. The dress shirt will add a little bit. The tie will add a little bit too. So for those vests, you want to have a tiny bit of room in the front to be comfortable. There's a lot of contemporary vests that are out there that are very tight and very slim fitting. So with an Argyll, you want to have a little bit of room for those other things up front. And there's a cinch in the back of the vest as well, so you can open it up to give yourself a little more, close it back to bring it in a little bit. That's something that we have a frequent question on out in the stores. We're trying on the Argyll jackets especially.
I'd also say this in response to that. Mm-hmm. It is probably likely that a lot of those guys don't wear vests.
True.
So a lot of our customers, most Americans don't wear a vest as part of their normal ensemble, as it were. So they would... I had to do that. I don't know why. Most Americans don't wear vests as part of their normal outfit. So when they try on a vest, they don't know necessarily how it's supposed to sit. Now, when you actually sit down wearing a vest, your body, and especially with a kilt, a kilt kind of acts as, it holds you in. It's very firm fitting, and it's worn much higher than a pair of pants. So when you sit down, your organs and your fat inside your body have to go somewhere. So since the kilt is actually physically restricting your body from moving, it actually goes up a little bit, and when you sit, it actually pulls at the buttons a little bit. There's not a lot of slack here right now on Lucas's vest, but when he stands up, it actually, there is a little bit of slack there. Yep. So it's kind of, it has to be comfortable standing and sitting, so it has to have enough room to sit, but not too much room when you're standing. It's kind of a weird in the middle.
Yeah. Sitting down, we'll do that test in the store. We'll say, okay, how does this vest feel? Go grab a seat in one of our comfy leather chairs out there in the showroom and see how it feels. So that's always a good way to go.
Yep.
Yeah.